Hello everyone. So today we are looking at the Tat-a-long, and I'm outside because it's really nice. It's warm enough in the sunshine, so I'm definitely sitting in the sunshine, but it wouldn't be warm enough if I were just like running around in the shade, I have to say. I have made it all the way through, let's see, April 16th on my, there we go, on my Tat-a-long piece, and I thought I would go ahead and just wind up the 17th while we were chatting. So I have been using, if you recall, the lovely Olympus thick tatting thread, and I have these inexpensive clips that I bought on Amazon. I've been told that some of these from the dollar store are really sharp, but mine are not, so I don't have any issues using these on my balls of thread because they don't cut through my thread because I don't have sharp edges on them. So that might be something that you need to explore if you've decided to use these handy dandy little clips like I am. But I just take these and I park them over on my bunny bag so that I don't lose my spot. Now yesterday we had a high of 52 degrees, which means that this is the color I need to use, and I usually wind about a yard on my shuttles, and that's vaguely how I go ahead and measure it out. It's not perfect, it's not a perfect measurement, but it's something close to that. So I wind about a yard on my shuttles. Let me see if I can get this through my post, because of course I picked one that's a little bit wonky. There we go. And then yeah, and then I go ahead and tat. So I usually wind the yard on my shuttle, and then I go ahead and pull off another length of my ball for my first ring. So that should be about yay much in that Olympus thick. And another thing that I like to do is, oop, wrong ball. I like to kind of let my shuttle dangle and let any excess twist out of my thread that is created by the action of my winding my thread onto my shuttle. So once I've done that, then I'm ready to go. And I know my pattern by heart now, although sometimes I do have to open my rings and go back and fix things. And yes, it is possible to open rings in tatting. It's sometimes impossible, but usually it's possible. 5, 6, and 7. And my biggest problem is that when I start a batch of my motifs, what happens is I forget that I need to do a 7 picot to picot 7, and I'll just do 1 picot. And then I close it and I do my ring, and I'm all proud of myself because I'm like on my way with my tatting. And then I look down and something's not right, and then I have to take it all out. Which I have unfortunately done twice recently because I know my pattern and I don't look at it. That's always the key right there, is I know the pattern. I think I know the pattern, and I don't look at it, and then I make mistakes. So my tip is, if you are like doing what I'm doing, where you are doing a batch of these, you know, anywhere from 4 to, I've done 4 to 10 at a time, depending on how many days I needed to catch up on. Just have a little browse of the pattern, even if you think that you know it, because it will save you time in the long run. That's my tiny tip for the day. But anyway, what I usually like to do is I make my first ring, I make my first chain, well, I make part of my chain because I do my 8 stitches, and then I go ahead and join to my previous motif because I just like to get that out of the way. One more. So I thought today I'm going to tat and I'm going to chat and I'm going to show you how I go about joining these things. Now, because this is getting to be kind of a large and somewhat unwieldy piece, I tend to do this, where I throw my big piece of tatting like up over my shoulder while I'm doing my joins, so that I don't have as much weight down on my wrist and my hands. It's really important to take care of your wrists and your hands when you do any kind of needlework. It's important to take breaks every 20 minutes and get up and walk around. If you aren't doing that, then try to add that to your routine. Even when I'm teaching, every like half an hour to an hour, I try to make my students get up, take a break, walk around, because your mind needs the break, and your hands need the break, and your bottom needs the break as well. So 7 and 8. Okay, there we go. So first ring, first chain has been joined. So then I go ahead and I flip it around, because, you know, gotta reverse your work, and make my next ring. Anyway, it is important. It is important to make sure that you are taking breaks and you're getting up and you're drinking your water. That's also very important. A little tea is okay, but water is really important. So lots of water. And then checking your pattern is just, it's kind of important. It's far more important than I like to admit. Anyway, so this is how I tat. And I do use the pinch up here so that my working area is between my first and second finger. And that tends to be a very important point. If you are a tatter who is tatting with your middle finger, you may find that it is very difficult to perform some of the tatting tricks that you will see. One moment while I close this ring. So there we go. There we go. For example, if you're working with wire and you are a middle finger pincher instead of a first finger pincher, you are going to have a lot more trouble working with wire. So if you are just getting started with tatting, I highly recommend that you learn the first finger pinch instead of the middle finger pinch, because it will serve you better in the long run. All right, and now I am going to go ahead and kind of do some twisty. And at this point, I start to kind of dangle my work up over my arm. I'm trying to keep the weight off of my wrist just to make sure that I can avoid injury as long as possible. I know at some point I am going to have issues, but that is part of the reason, oh, there's one of the roosters. That is part of the reason that I do so many crafts. And it is part of the reason that there we go. So now I'm joining. It's part of the reason I do so many crafts. It's part of the reason that I talk about taking care of yourself a lot. And I do, I mean, I say it at the end of most of my videos, right? Physically, emotionally, mentally, and craftually, right? So you just have to take care of your body so that you can keep crafting for as long as you possibly can. So anyway, there we go. Now I'm joining. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there we go, all joined up. So that's what makes me happier, is I like to go ahead and do my first ring, join, do a second ring, join, and just get all of that out of the way. And then I go ahead and I finish my motif, and I weave my ends in, and everything is, you know, happy and hunky-dory. But I'm going to put this down now because I wanted to talk to you about my friend Carolyn Ringy, who wrote this lovely little booklet. This is almost but not quite the one that I learned on for my wire tatting class. And she went ahead and redid her booklets for me, remade them, reprinted them and everything, so that I have these fabulous little booklets that will be available on the website, but also at Shuttlebirds. That's where you'll see them first, because I'm going to use these for my classes. She actually redid these for me for my classes. So if you are taking my wire tatting class, you are going to get a copy of this booklet, and you know, they're going to retail for $10, but if you're in my class, you get it just as part of your classes. And I'm, you know, kind of footing the bill on these because I think that they are so fabulous and I want to make sure that you have them. So cute little booklets for wire tatting that will be available at Shuttlebirds first, and then they'll be up on the website so that you can buy them there as well. And like I said, my friend Carolyn, who taught me, my teacher, is the one who wrote this book, who designed all the little patterns in this book, and I can't thank her enough for going ahead and updating this and making new copies. And she sent me this one because it was a little bit wonky, but I have nicer ones for all of you. This one kind of came out a little bit crooked, but the other copies look much nicer. And anyway, just as a little, let's see, preview. Ooh, look at the cute little fluffy wreath. Isn't that adorable? Cute little fluffy wreath. Anyway, so just to give you a tiny little taste. I just really wanted to show you a little bit of her booklets. Anyway, Shuttlebirds is next week. I cannot believe it. It's coming up so fast. I have no idea how this is going to go because I'm not taking it with me, so I'm gonna have to catch up on it when I get back. I'm sorry, this might be your last Tat-a-long video for a couple of weeks while I'm gone. I'm going to a big rabbit show this coming weekend, and then I have Shuttlebirds the following weekend, and it's going to take me a little bit of time to catch up. But I do have some small videos that I will try to post in the meantime, just some little things on like how-tos for tatting. Maybe I did a walkthrough of the garden, also I'll post a short little walkthrough of the garden. I might, do a little video at the rabbit show and show you what a rabbit show is like, because it's part of my life and I like to share that with you. So anyway, until next time, as I like to say, remember to go tag your projects, whatever you're working on, Black Sheep Fiber Emporium, BSFE, Black Sheep Pearly Pirates for our blanket-along or tat-along especially, so that I can find you and enter you in our social media contest. I only had 20 entries for my first quarter, and every entry counts. So like if you post 20 times and tag us 20 times, I'm gonna put you in the contest 20 times. That's just kind of how it is. But I would really like to see more people tagging us. I love seeing what you're working on, especially if it's with something that you bought from Black Sheep Fiber Emporium, or if you're part of one of our blanket-along groups. I want to see what you're working on. So please tag us so that we can see what you are making. And it does enter you in the quarterly contest for a $25 gift certificate. So I'll pull the next one April, May, at the end of June. So you have until the end of June to get your entries in. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. But I just wanted to remind you to do that. If you didn't know about it, which if you watch my videos, I don't know how you didn't, I am teaching at IOLI as well this summer in July, and I have a one-day, Sunday, 6-hour class that is all online. So you can actually take an online class with me via IOLI. You do not have to be a member to sign up for the class, and the only thing that you'll pay is the class fee. So if you are interested, please go sign up. And if you want to have even more fun, you can still sign up, register for the full conference. You can spend an entire week with nothing but lace makers, tatters, knitters, crocheters, bobbin lace makers, Mediterranean knotted lacers, Romanian point lacers. If it's lace, there is someone at that conference who will know what lace you are talking about, because there is a wide range of talents available at the conference, and there are so many people that attend. I think we already have like 200 people that are attending. It's going to be fabulous. I cannot wait. And you can take my morning class if you'd like, and we're going to spend 12 hours. That's right, 4 days, 3 hours each day, talking about tatting. We're going to play with every single picot that I can come up with, all the ring and chain stuff that I can come up with, all the join stuff that I can come up with, and we'll spend time on wire tatting. So, that's right, you'll get the booklet. If you are interested at all, please go check out International Organization of Lace, Inc. I think it's .org. And check out the website. Go ahead and look up the conference. I'll try to drop a link on this post as well. But it's a ton of fun, and it's so refreshing to be with all of these people who think the way you do and talk the way you do and like the same kinds of stuff that you do. And there's great vendors, there's great conversation, and you'll see people like just making lace in the hallways. So throwing that out there again. Anyway, and If you can't make it to one of those and you happen to be in the Midwest, I am teaching at the Hoosier Hills Fiber Festival in June in Franklin, Indiana. I think that's June 3rd and 4th. And I'm also teaching Mediterranean Knotted Lace, a beginning class, at Fiber U in Lebanon, Missouri in July. I think it's the weekend before I leave for IOLI. So I would be delighted to see you in any of my classes this year. But anyway, until next time, until my next tatting video, the big one comes up, where we're talking about this again, please take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and craftually. Make sure that you're doing at least that 15 minutes of crafting every single day. And I can't wait to see you guys virtually and in person. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram channel, Facebook channel, and TikTok channel, because we post different things on all of them, and I don't want you to miss a single minute. I'll see you next time. Bye.